When you think about businesses like Allbirds or Skims that are selling through the roof, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But what's often overlooked is the business behind the business that makes it all possible. For millions of businesses, that's Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. With Shop Pay, you can boost conversions by up to 50%, meaning fewer abandoned carts and way more sales. Whether your customers are scrolling online, strolling through your store, or browsing social media, Shopify ensures you're ready to sell wherever they are. It's no secret, businesses that want to grow, grow with Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Allbirds uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/DAX, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/DAX to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/DAX.
You can know too much in this world, my friends. You can know too much. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to know what my wife is thinking about most things, most of the time. We've been happily married for 24 years. You know why? We don't ask dumb questions. Are you happy right now? Is there anything I should change about myself? We don't ask those questions. You want to be happily married? Shut up and keep going. Couples therapy? Are you high? Pay a stranger to pick at your old fights? Hell no. I tell my wife every night, look, you're a mess. I'm a mess. Let's watch a show. I'll be honest with you. She doesn't like me right now. She hasn't for like 2 months. I have no idea why. And I'm not going to find out.
Your morning blitz begins now.
Yeah, it's a Wednesday. Another gorgeous one, too. High of 70 today.
Yeah.
Sunshine. Got to like 73 yesterday.
Did you see my truck?
I did not.
It's so clean.
Oh. So what you did with the warm weather yesterday?
Yeah, it's been a while since it was that clean.
Did you buff it? Did you wax it, polish it?
I didn't.
Don't talk about my Friday night. How was your day, Kelly?
My day was great. The weather was absolutely gorgeous. I'm in like a great mood. I was in a bad mood all winter walking my dog, and now I'm in a great mood.
Yeah, it's
the
a little
tides
different.
have turned. Yeah.
For at least the week. So continue to enjoy it. We'll have a little rain this weekend, but all in all, another great day. Got on the golf course yesterday.
Did you? Where'd you end up?
Nice. I went to Safari up by the zoo.
Yeah.
Really liked the course. Played with 3 older gentlemen. We had a great time.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
He tried to get into Raymond. They were booked 7 days out.
Wow, I believe it.
Yeah, they said we don't have a single tee time, and I just go by myself. And so luckily they did out at Safari, and had a really good time. So.
Oh, fun.
Do you ever try to be grateful? I try and be grateful, and every so often something happens, and you're like, I am so grateful. And you try and hold it, and that happened this morning. And can I just tell you, I am so grateful that I am not a rabbit.
A rabbit?
A rabbit.
Okay.
Pulled into the parking lot at 4:45.
There's a rabbit that lives over here.
So let me tell you, this is why.
Yeah.
Does he still live over there?
He does.
Oh, okay.
No, he does, and that's the thing. We just go throughout about our day, walking along, doing our thing, maybe thinking about, what's for dinner, or, man, my relationship isn't going the way I want to, or there are lots of things that may cross our mind. But what has never crossed my mind is kind of like walking about, doing my thing, chilling out, and all of a sudden going, oh, crap! And then start doing this thing. Like, he didn't know where to go. All I did was pull in the parking lot.
Back and forth.
Oh, my God, this poor guy. He was all over the place, and then finally decided which way to go and took off. Like, out of nowhere. To just have your day abruptly just...
Yeah, and that won't be the only time.
And that won't be the only time. All the time it happens
That's
to
his
him.
life.
I'm so thankful.
That's a deep thought.
So grateful I'm not a rabbit.
I like that.
So I'm going to start my Wednesday.
Yeah, and you'd only live about
Gratefulness.
3 years.
Yeah, but you hump a lot.
Boy, they do, don't they? Yeah, I know. And then they dig holes in my yard and have babies every year.
Every year?
Every year I get babies.
So be grateful this morning. And if you want to be specific, be grateful that you're not a rabbit.
I love it.
Let's get going on a Wednesday with your Blitz Morning Trivia. Thick, what you got for us?
$25 to waterbeds and stuff. Be the first one to text in the correct answer at 99700. Netflix just announced that they will remake what Stephen King novel? They just announced this. Tell us what novel they will remake. Be first at 99700, and you will get that gift card.
Traffic Blitz.
They're not remaking the novel. They're remaking the movie.
Movie of the novel. Okay. Yeah. The movie was made once.
Right.
Netflix is getting into books now.
Yeah. Was that mean of me to correct that? Sorry. Probably everybody knew what you meant. I just wanted to walk in like a know-it-all. Oh, I'm the worst. All right, there's a disabled
They're
vehicle.
remaking the movie, not the novel. Let me adjust my monocle.
Correction.
Both are correct. Both are correct.
Not really. 23 southbound at Olentangy Crossing. Disabled vehicle there where it's on the right shoulder. Traffic sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. That's Traffic on the Blitz.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price.
Rule number 1 of radio.
Yeah,
Make sure that you keep an eye on the clock.
So you don't just jam a fork full of eggs in your mouth?
Kelly, how was your day?
It was good.
Just giving him a chance.
That breakfast looks really nice. What do you have?
Yeah, when I went home this past weekend, because I'm, kind of living the bachelor life, staying with a coworker while the family's still up in Detroit, I've been ordering HelloFresh, but I get the microwave meals because I try and stay out of the way, obviously, and it's quick and easy. I can bring them to work, throw them in the microwave. But they only have so many with HelloFresh, those ready-made meals.
Yeah.
There's only like 3 that I like. So for the past month, I've been eating like the 3 same meals. And I was like, okay. So when I went home this past weekend, I did a bunch of cooking and I made some prep meals.
Nice.
So these are all my like prep meals. So a little breakfast bowl with some hot sausage and some hashy bees and some eggs.
Man, that's really convenient once you have them all done, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it's amazing.
What do you just freeze them or they stay in the fridge?
Refrigerate them, yeah. I got those little meal prep, plastic containers, and yeah, good to go. So I apologize. Hey, let's get to the Blitz Morning Trivia answer.
All right, we asked, Netflix has just announced a remake of what Stephen King movie/novel?
They're not remaking the source material, just the movie.
Okay, you're right. Yes, they're not rewriting the book.
Right.
So, okay, all right. Well, the answer is Cujo.
Yes.
They are remaking the movie Cujo, the son trapped in the car, mother and son trapped in the car by the rabid dog. 1981 book was previously adapted in 1983. That's when the first movie came out.
I think they're just going to up the gore level, basically.
I'm sure.
They're going to make the dog crazier.
Yeah.
But man, Stephen King right now, they're remaking Running Man. And that's a huge cast that's going to be in that. The Monkey just came out, was it last week? Which was one of his short stories.
You can't, all right, I'm sure the novel elitists will come at me, but I don't think you can consider, they're not remaking Running Man because it's Stephen King. They're remaking Running Man from the Arnold Schwarzenegger 80s movie is what they're doing.
Okay.
Forget the Stephen King. No one cares about the Stephen King novel. We care about the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
HBO's got an It prequel series coming up, and then Amazon is doing a Carrie series. So, his stuff's everywhere.
It's nonstop. Who's our winner?
That would be Derek Liskey of Albany. He's got $25 to waterbeds and stuff.
Congratulations, Derek. Hey, men, listen up. If you're not getting it on, you may want to start. Or if you have a low libido, you may want to go visit our friends over there at
Tri-State Men's Health.
Yeah, absolutely. Because a study has just found that lack of libido is linked to a higher death risk in men. The analysis of 20,000 people found that less freaky fellows were 2/3 more likely to pass away compared to the men who are getting it on.
Are they just dying of loneliness?
I guess.
Like no touch?
Well, no, that's not
no
true.
No affection?
Here it is. Men who didn't have sex at all were found to have 72% higher chance of dying from cancer.
Oh.
There you go, women, you got to save us.
On the other hand, there was no link between lower sex drive and higher mortality risk in women. So, based on that...
That's a mismatch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, the good thing is that we know my good friend will have no issue.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If this study is real, Dirk Moto's gonna live forever. Oh, yeah.
You're going to be one of those nursing home guys who's getting a ton of action, aren't you, Dirk?
You have no idea. It's gonna be applesauce and sex all the time. Oh, yeah. So, man, make sure you go get it on so you don't die of cancer, is basically what this is saying. Yes. I got some of the Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
All right, well, it's over. The final airline to not charge for bags is now charging for bags. If you missed the announcement yesterday, Southwest said, yep, to keep up with our levels of profitability that we and our shareholders expect, we are going to now start charging for bags on Southwest Airlines.
Why am I taking Southwest now?
There is no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, that was it.
That was it.
If you're a frequent flyer or a business class, you're still going to get your 2 free bags. They're thinking carry-ons may still be free, but that just means the overhead bins are going to fill up. You're going to have to check your carry-on anyways like they do when they get too full. So just be prepared. Starting May 28th, you're not even going to get 1 bag for free on Southwest. Southwest is basically a step above Spirit. That was the only thing they had going for them. Why are you doing it? Like, is Taco Bell going to start taking reservations? That's the equivalent. Why is Southwest charging for bags? Only reason I had to fly with you.
Yeah.
It's not like they had any huge discounts on flight. A lot of times Southwest was more expensive.
Yeah, they're so comparable. You're not saving money on a flight, so why am I taking
If I'm paying that much, I'm getting Delta with the TV screen in the back.
Right.
So I can watch movies and stuff.
Yeah, like that's why Spirit, their airfare is so cheap because they charge for everything else. Right. You know, you end up paying almost the same anyway.
And so now Southwest is on board with that too, so just be prepared. Did you ever try and call 911 on your parents before? I threatened one time to call 911 on my mom.
What'd she say? Here's the phone.
She did. She said, here's the phone. She said, go ahead. She said, you won't be around by the time they get here. She goes, you will not make it. Okay, I put the phone down. Yeah. And, well, I can see why. This story out of Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin, this young man was not happy with his mom. She had to, this young boy called 911 on his mom because, well, here's the call.
Come get my mommy!
Do you know your... Hi, what's going on over there?
Oh, this little one got the phone, and he's 4.
Okay.
And we're trying to catch him because he said he was going to call 911. No, I just called the booty, and I just told her to come and get my mommy. And I just told her, and I just told her to get my mommy, and I just told her to put her to jail.
Take her to jail. But the question is why? Why does mommy have to go to jail? A 4-year-old calling 911 and your mom could be a very scary situation. So the police obviously had to show up. Here's the body cam footage from that story.
Oh, it's the police. They came for real.
Yeah, we have to just come check, make sure everything's okay.
Hey, what you do?
Did you call the police?
Yeah.
Why?
I told my mommy to go to jail. I didn't get ice cream.
So is that why you're upset?
Yeah, that's why I didn't get no ice cream.
In case you didn't hear it, mommy ate my ice cream.
What's the age limit on the safe haven law where you can just dump a kid off at the fire station?
Might be a valid question. Yeah. You can't go calling 911 because
that little brat.
I'll tell you what, they actually did a little scared straight because they put mom in handcuffs.
No.
Yeah.
Did the kid cry?
No, but they kind of gave a demonstration as to what was going to happen. And mom had a good sense of humor about it, knew what was going on, but
the 4-year-old was like, "I hope you've learned a lesson, Mom."
Right.
Yeah, but then they rewarded him by actually bringing him ice cream.
Boo.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the right idea. Because 911 is not a delivery service. You can't start calling them up for ice cream.
It's good that I wasn't a parent because that really makes me mad. feel like I'd be irrationally angry.
Irrationally angry at them calling 911.
Yes.
Yeah. Finally, speaking of food, if you are looking for something new to eat, well, this may be for you. We've all heard of, the dark web or the deep state.
Yes.
Or the oligarchs that are doing things we have no idea about.
Yep.
Well, here's another one. TikToker Lee 2.07. That's her name on TikTok. She has some inside information. This toothless truth teller is going to let us know what's going on behind our backs. Take a listen.
If you haven't seen my first Mermaid and Sirens video, you're not going to understand this video at all. Okay, they bring this net that had been down at the bottom all day that day up. And he said what he saw inside was like nothing he had ever seen before, probably ever will again if he ever lives to tell the story again. He said that it was like a pasty, whitish green skin, okay? And the fin, okay, from like the hip bone down, it was just like the body of a fish. And like greenish black hair, and wasn't pretty. And it spoke. He said that he couldn't understand what language it was speaking in, but it felt like it was begging for its life. And they took this siren to a different warehouse, and it was set up like a restaurant. Come to find out, these clientele, he had sonar machines and everything to track these things down, okay? Like, stuff that you would not even believe if you saw it. These people, okay, that had him go and catch this thing. And they say it's, like, really common among the wealthy. And they all had their knives and forks and everything else. It was set up like hibachi, sort of. Yep. It's one of them things that even presidents don't know about. You know what I mean? Like a secret research island.
You know.
That's what they eat at the Bilderberg meetings.
Yes.
Right.
Uh-huh.
The old mermaid hibachi dinner that they're serving up.
I went down a weird rabbit hole yesterday on TikTok where people were saying that they saw in the dusk time like this little troll, garden troll-like creature running around their backyard. And they're not the only one. Like, there were a bunch of videos about these. And there's almost like Bigfoot quality video of this little garden gnome type thing running around somebody's backyard. It was real fuzzy.
Well, that's what they serve for dessert.
That's the dessert
the
at the Bilderberg
hibachi.
meetings.
Yeah,
the little gnome.
The little gnome. Yep.
Well, first thing I thought of was the old movie The Freshman with Matthew Broderick and Marlon Brando.
That's a great movie.
With the Komodo dragon, and they thought,
that.
and all the rich people were going to get together and eat they had brought in the big chef to fix it, and then they didn't really
Turns
eat
out
it.
they weren't doing it. Yeah.
It's just it's really interesting when they do the mermaid hibachi and the chef gets the spatulas under the tail and beats it like a heart. Like they do with the fried rice.
Yeah.
And then they just build the onion volcano, right there next to the mermaid tail flapping.
And then they turn it into a train.
That's right.
And they actually flip the tail into your shirt pocket.
Into the shirt pocket and then on top of the hat. It's really interesting because the tail just stands up right on top of his head. It's an amazing thing to see at the mermaid hibachi. So there you go. That's your not so breaking news. Yesterday, there was a great article from Loudwire.com, and they broke down the 4 genres of dad rock, and they gave us the 4 bands in that kind of, encapsulated those 4 genres: Gen Z, Gen X, Millennials, and Boomers. And while the list was good, people had their opinions. I know we all agreed that Metallica was neither on the Boomer or Gen X list, which was kind of weird.
Yes.
But Loudwire took it a step further, and now they did the God tier songs from each decade, 70s, 80s, and so forth.
Nice.
So, we're going to start with the 70s. These are the top 10 God tier songs, God level songs from each decade. I'm going in alphabetical order, so just because it's number 1 doesn't mean it's number 1. It's just in alphabetical order by band name. So, from the 70s, AC/DC, Highway to Hell. Definitely God tier. Aerosmith, Dream On, from the 70s. Eagles, Hotel California. Kiss, Rock and Roll All Night. Zepp, Stairway to Heaven.
She's buying the stairway to heaven.
Skynyrd, Sweet Home Alabama. I don't know if I would have thought of this next one. Paul McCartney and Wings, Live and Let Die.
Oh, goodness.
Although, great song. Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall. What comes after P, Kelly?
Oh, tell me it's Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. Yes.
And wrapping up the God tier level songs, rock songs from the 70s, The Who, Won't Get Fooled Again.
We don't get fooled again.
Excellent. Can't debate the list. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Isn't that the opening of CSI?
Yes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they use the Who are you?
Oh, no, yeah. Who Are You is the opening.
That's right. Okay,
Yeah,
that's a different song. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. God tier songs from the 80s, according to Loudwire magazine. It starts again with AC/DC. They got number 2, You Shook Me All Night Long. Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer. Pour Some Sugar on Me. If you've been to a strip club, you love some Def Leppard. Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine. Although some would say overplayed, I think it definitely has to be considered a God tier song. Journey, Don't Stop Believin'.
Yeah, I guess so.
They're all overplayed, but they're all for good reason.
They're timeless.
Motley Crue, I agree with, but Home Sweet Home,
Yeah, there are about 20 Motley Crue songs I could put above this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like an epic rock song.
It is.
And
the video's fantastic.
Yeah, what's even better, though, is, what's his name? Rob playing the solo in his Trans Am in the beginning of Hot Tub Time Machine. When he's playing this song. Yeah. Let's see. Next on the list, God tier songs of the 80s. Prince, Let's Go Crazy.
Let's go crazy. Let's get
Yeah. We used to play this in the 90s.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For that guitar solo.
Yeah.
You know?
Twisted Sister, We're Not Gonna Take It. Van Halen, Jump. And Here I Go Again by Whitesnake.
About a half a dozen Whitesnake songs I'd put over this one.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know Whitesnake that well, so
Oh, my gosh.
Well, this has got to be their biggest hit, though, right?
Radio hit, yeah, because it crossed over.
Right.
You know.
The fact that Another One Bites the Dust isn't on the 80s list is an omission.
Oh,
that's a huge hit. It's a mega, what is it, God tier?
God
tier, yeah. God tier song.
Dun.
Again, a little shocked. Nothing from Metallica on the 80s list in terms of God tier songs.
What would we, when was,
Sandman was 90s.
Sandman. That was the 90s? Okay.
Okay, well, here's the deal. We've got the 90s and the 2000s God tier songs. So let us know what you think about the 70s and 80s. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do the 90s and 2000s God tier songs, according to Loudwire magazine. We'll get to that coming up in about 7 minutes. 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
An employee of the TJ Maxx in Graceland Shopping Center has been arrested and charged with voyeurism, accused of taking a video of a woman trying on clothes in the fitting room. Police say it happened on Monday, and when the woman noticed a cell phone recording inside the fitting room, she started screaming. She went to the managers, and then, of course, they were easily able to track down who owned the phone. Police spoke with the owner of the phone, who was an employee at the store. He denied it at first. but then said, all right, I did it. And also, I've done it multiple times.
Oh.
So, yes, police took him into custody and charged him with voyeurism.
2004, I was working in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and we did a big morning show promotion for Christmas where we did Secret Santa, and I would go to the different stores, and if I saw someone that we found deserving, I would walk up to the cash register and I would pay their bill right there on the spot for the holidays.
Nice.
And I did this at, it was like Hollister or one of those stores, and the cash registers were kind of right next to the dressing rooms off to the side. And so I was behind a clothing rack waiting for someone to walk up to the register. And I was there about 6 or 7 minutes. And all of a sudden I get a tap on the shoulder, and it's security because the store manager called thinking I was staring at the dressing rooms as people were going into the dressing rooms. So I had to go explain. They had to call the owner of the radio station to explain. I'm like, no, I got money. I'm here to pay. I'm not some creep looking in the dressing rooms.
I mean, she kept the door open a crack there. I mean, what
do you expect me to do?
I'm a red-blooded American male.
Got to be careful.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is too funny.
And you also have to intentionally not record people.
Exactly. Well, they are looking to bump up online security after what happened at yesterday's Franklin County Board of Commissioners public Zoom meeting, right when the board was about to consider the last item on its agenda. Somebody on this public meeting call was able to share their screen and just real quick popped up some porn. And then the video included a hooded KKK member, the speaker using the N-word, expressing hatred for Jews. IT shut down the Zoom. The board stopped the meeting for a time because people had to get themselves together. They were pretty upset, obviously. Franklin County Sheriff's Department is investigating. Well, a funeral home worker in Houston has been fired and charged with mutilating the corpse of a registered sex offender. 34-year-old Amber Loudermilk is accused of using a scalpel to cut off the ding-dong of a 58-year-old Charles Rodriguez when she was working as an embalmer at the Memorial Mortuary and Crematory. According to charging documents, there was an embalming student in the room at the time that she did this. This witness saw Loudermilk remove the man's penis and then put it in his...
Oh, my God!
No!
Now, you said this man was a convicted child molester?
Yeah,
sex offender?
Sex offender, yes.
Okay.
So she had she did not know this guy.
Right, she just did it to do it.
Yeah. So there it is in his mouth, and then she puts him, I guess, into the cremation oven. All right? So... the embalming student told police that she basically threatened the student. She said, you didn't see anything. And the student perceived that as a threat. Now, apparently, investigators have confirmed that Loudermilk did not personally know Rodriguez. Rodriguez died of natural causes, but when the family was there in the funeral home, they mentioned that he was a sex offender. And she was like, well, now's my chance to really stick it to this guy. Yeah. So anyway, she's in big trouble.
You can't do that.
No.
Agree or disagree?
I mean, I agree.
I'm not saying where I fall. I'm not saying where I fall on that, but...
Yeah, I understand the passion, especially if she's got a history, you know, of abuse or something. But, you gotta maintain a professional, Anyway, she surrendered to authorities yesterday, was able to post bond after a court appearance, and those are your three things.
So we're looking at Loudwire magazine. Yesterday we talked about the 4 bands that made up the kind of Mount Rushmore of dad rock in each generation, Gen Z, Gen X, Millennial, Boomer. And today they released the top 10 God-tier songs from every decade. We went over the 70s and 80s. Someone said, not a bad list so far. Jay says, from 70 until 2020, there should be a spot on every list for Ozzy. Yeah, I mean, didn't see a lot there.
Maybe he's number 11, and we're just doing the top 10.
Could be.
That could be.
All right, getting into the 90s. God-tier rock songs for the 90s. This goes, again, in alphabetical order, not necessarily number 1 is the best ever. These are just in alphabetical order by band name. And yet again, AC/DC kicks off the list for the 90s with Thunderstruck.
So they got one in every decade.
One
so
in
far.
every decade. I think Loudwire's being a little biased. Nothing against AC/DC, but God tier songs. There's an argument to be made for sure, but I think there's an argument to be made either way. Is what I'm saying. Yeah. Number 2 on the list. I bet a lot of people are not going to agree. It's hard to disagree though. Creed, Higher. Sure, they've become a little bit of a running joke, but can you deny how big of a song Higher was? Number 3 on the list for 90s God tier songs. Absolutely agree. Foo Fighters, Everlong.
This is legit.
Yep. Green Day, Basket Case.
I went to a drink. Do I not like my drinks? She said.
Number 5, Guns N' Roses, November Rain.
And it's hard to hold a candle in the cold November rain.
I put that on like the same list as like Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Like there was this rock opera.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
God tier songs from the 90s. Number 6, 9 Inch Nails, Closer. If you're a fan of 9 Inch Nails or a fan of music and you havenent dove deeper into what Trent Reznor does, you got to look more into Trent. That man is amazing.
All into movie scores.
Oh yeah, he's done
big
a
time.
ton of movie scores. That's what I'm talking about. Look into some of his other work outside of 9 Inch Nails. It's unbelievable. Number 7 on the list for God tier songs from the 90s, Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yes, must.
I mean, this opened the door to an entire genre of music. God tier songs from the 90s, number 8, Rage, Killing in the Name.
Killing in the name of.
I don't think Rage gets enough respect. They get a lot, but I don't think they get enough. Number 9 on the list, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge.
I don't ever wanna feel like I did.
And Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun.
Oh, son, won't you come?
Oh, I'm so mad right now.
Sorry. I know.
Why are you mad?
Nothing Else Matters is the greatest Metallica song of the 90s. The greatest, most epic, God-tier rock song of the 90s by Metallica.
Yeah.
Again, I believe an argument could be made for sure. And yet again, just like yesterday's bands, Metallica's nowhere on any of these lists.
That's really weird. And you put Creed in there? I don't like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I'm with you, Kelly.
Let's jump finally to the 2000s. God tier songs from the 2000s, according to Loudwire magazine. I remember losing my mind when this song first came out because Linkin Park was my favorite band. And I called my best friend and I'm like, there's a Linkin Park with a female singer, which actually we have now. But back in 2003, Evanescence came along, Bring Me to Life. Foo Fighters, All My Life.
I've been searching for something never comes, never leads to nothing.
Speaking of my favorite band, Linkin Park, In the End. Now we're getting into the music that I really never got that into, kind of that emo rock.
Yeah.
My Chemical Romance, Welcome to the Black Parade.
But no Metallica?
God tier songs from the 2000s, much like Creed. Here you go, Nickelback, How You Remind Me. They've got so many good, like, rock songs. Why did they choose that one? I get it. I know it was the crossover hit and everything. But Nickelback has got some good rock songs.
Never enough.
Hate with this
Or
one
Never
sounds like.
Again.
Never
rather.
again.
Never
Yeah.
Again.
Papa Roach, Last Resort.
Cut my life into pieces. This is
That's a
my
must.
last resort.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Suffocation, no breathing.
Paramore, Misery Business on the God tier list. I'll admit, I love this song. Kelly, you didn't even know this one, did you?
No.
Shouldn't be on the list.
I don't really know Paramore. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan. I just happen to like that song. I couldn't tell you anything else they did. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication.
Understood that Hollywood sells Californication.
Shinedown, Second Chance is on the list. And finally, the 2000 God Tier songs, The White Stripes, Seven Nation Army.
Must. Yeah.
I agree.
That list, most of that. My Chemical Romance and Paramore I don't agree with, but the rest I do.
Tony says what? No Disturbed?
Yeah, where's Down with the Sickness?
That's an argument. In a non-biased opinion, Kelly, would you put System of the Down on the God tier list?
I would put Sugar on there. I put a lot, but if I had to narrow it down to one, Sugar from the 90s.
Oh.
That is a great epic song. And it was like their first single, I think, that they ever had on like radio.
Okay.
Yeah. Sugar!
Thick, is there one, we talked about Metallica, obviously, but is there one other song between the 90s or 2000s you can think of that didn't make God tier status?
But I'm just with everybody on the Ozzy. Where's the Ozzy at?
Yeah, there's no Ozzy.
You know,
that is true.
No more tears from the 90s.
Yeah.
What about you, Goose? Would you put something in there that wasn't?
Oh, man. Who would I put in there?
More Linkin Park, maybe?
Yeah, more Linkin Park. Or, even, I guess I wouldn't put them God tier, but Audio Slave's not on there. No Stone Temple Pilots. Stone Temple, there's a couple. And again, these lists are made to debate. But yeah, there's a couple that missing.
Yeah.
Does really Misery Business belong on the list? As much as I like the song? Probably not. Hey, you're still listening for that Sonic Temple song of the day. When you hear it, be caller number 9, and you are going to go to Friday's show for Sonic Temple. The first night of Metallica, Rom Zombie, a bunch of other great artists as well. So that could happen anytime between now and 8 o'clock. However, right now, we've got Offspring tickets to give away. It's a big show with Jimmy Eat World, Newfound Glory at Riverbend Music Center in Cincinnati, Friday, July 25th. And we're going to play Secret Sound. It's very simple. I'm going to play you some audio. If you know what it is, give us a call, 800-821-9970. First person to correctly identify the secret sound is going to wear a pair of tickets to see Offspring. Now, Kelly, you haven't heard this.
I haven't.
You haven't heard the secret sound. So I don't want you to blurt out the answer, but do think about it.
Okay.
800-821-9970 is the phone number. Identify this secret sound.
I literally have no idea. No idea. What is that?
800-821-9970 if you know the secret sound. Blitz, good morning. What's the secret sound?
Good morning. Is it a lawnmower?
It is not a lawnmower. Good guess, though. Try again.
If that is what your lawnmower sounds like.
You need a new lawnmower. Absolutely. Hi, what's the secret sound?
It's the spin cycle of a washing machine.
Oh, good guess.
That's
Not a spin
guess.
cycle. No. Try again. 800-821-9970. What's the secret sound? Hi, Blitz. What's the secret sound?
It's a sewing machine with somebody getting their finger caught in the needle.
Oh.
Ow.
That would hurt.
That's a great guess.
Great guess.
But wrong.
Try again. Thank you. Blitz, good morning. What's the secret sound?
Is it a balloon?
A balloon, not a balloon. What are you doing with your balloon if that's what you think the sound is? Wow. Good morning, Blitz. What's the secret sound?
Pressure washer.
Not a pressure washer. No. Blitz, good morning. What's the secret sound?
Hello.
Hello, Blitz. What's the secret sound?
Hey. Was going to guess the sewing machine, but I think that was already wrong.
That was already guessed and is wrong. Yes. Blitz. Blitz, good morning. What's the secret sound?
Pressure washer.
Is it a rubber chicken under the water?
Is that a rubber chicken? Someone just beating the rubber chicken and then, not quite. Blitz, good morning. What's the secret sound?
Is it a rubber chicken?
No, not a rubber chicken. Blitz, good morning. What's the secret sound?
Yoko Ono.
That's actually a great guess.
I could totally see that. At the end there, it sounds a little bit like Yoko Ono. Blitz, good morning. What's the secret sound?
Is it squeezing a rubber chicken underwater?
No, not a rubber chicken at all. Blitz, good morning. What's the secret sound?
Hey, is it air pressure leaking out of a line?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Blitz, good morning. What's the secret sound?
Is it a money counter?
Money counter, no. All right, we're going to take 3 more guesses. If we don't get a winner, we're going to hold on to these tickets. Blitz, good morning. What's the secret sound?
Hey, is it a blender with ice in it?
Oh, a blender. No. Good guess, though. Blitz, good morning. What's the secret sound?
A food processor?
No, not a food processor. Blitz, good morning. What's the secret sound?
I'm going to win. We're going to hold on.
Oh, you got to turn your radio down for me. Hello.
Sorry, this is an RC car.
Oh, an RC car.
Oh, an RC car. No, it is not. All right, one more guess. Blitz, good morning. What's the secret sound?
Is it a hair trimmer?
No, not a hair trimmer. We got some good guesses. Play it one more time, Vic.
What is it?
All right,
a hint?
No, I think we'll hold on to these tickets till tomorrow because we do have to move on. And I think it was a little too hard and a little too specific, but I couldn't not do it.
You had to. I think you had to see this on.
You
on the
absolutely
internet
had to see
to
it.
know.
Someone took a Tickle Me Elmo and hooked it up to a voltage machine and cranked the voltage up. So that's him moving. Well, because he jiggles when he giggles.
Yeah.
And so this is him like moving really fast.
And then when they shut it off.
Poor Elmo.
I mean, they jacked that toy up.
Someone put Elmo in the electric chair.
Yeah.
Is what they did. In case you ever wondered what it would sound like if Elmo ever got executed in an electric chair.
That's hilarious. Go watch it.
That would be it. 99.7 The Blitz. Alice Cooper, No More Mr. Nice Guy, your Sonic Temple song of the day. And Julie, you are caller number 9. Congratulations. You're going to Friday's Sonic Temple.
Awesome. I love Alice Cooper. I can't wait.
Oh, perfect. Alice Cooper, Rob Zombie, Metallica. You're going to be there for all of them. So I hope you have just the most wonderful time on May 9th.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely, Julie. You have a great Wednesday. Ronnie will have another song at 4:20, another Sonic Temple song of the day. So set your alarm, set your reminder on your computer, on your calendar. You want to make sure you tune in right before 4:20 so you can be here for the song, and then we will play it sometime between 7 and 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, and you are going to win single day passes for Saturday's show, My Day. Lincoln Park's going to be playing Lincoln Park and Incubus, and yeah, it's going to be a good one for sure. All right. Simple question. Why are you in trouble? Right now, why are you in trouble? Is your significant other mad at you? Is your boss mad at you? Are you in a fight with a friend? Did you do something wrong? Might be big, might be not be, might be something small. But we want to know, why are you in trouble? 800-821-9970 or 99-700. I bring this up because got a text from Nora yesterday. She was at work in the office, and her coworker is very mad at her right now, not very happy. You get to know your coworkers, but you don't know everything. And sometimes you don't know all the details of everything going on. Well, a box had showed up, and it wasn't really properly labeled. So this woman came into the area where Nora and some other people work. And Nora's a bit of a jokester. It's one of the reasons I love her. And she brought in the box, and the coworker said, "Hey, whose box is this? Just got delivered." And Nora yells out, "Your mom's!"
Okay, I would have died laughing. That is a good use of a mom joke.
Absolutely it is. Except the problem is her mom died just 4 months ago.
Oh, no.
Crap. Oh, no.
Kind of rubbing salt in the wounds there. So her coworker's not exactly thrilled with her right now. That's one of those things you get over, but if you can understand a well-placed joke, but at the same time,
I really think I'd still laugh, even if...
I would too. I absolutely would too, without a doubt. Let's see. Cameron says, my roommate's in trouble for eating my beef stroganoff last night without asking me if he could. Yeah. Don't go eating my beef stroganoff. That's such a problem. We actually have a note at our refrigerator here. This is not your mom's house. Don't eat food that's not yours.
Yeah.
Can't be going in and just eating people's food like that. Let's see. Jonathan says, I'm in trouble because I'm late to work right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Charles says, I'm in trouble because my wife found out that I paid about $15,000 for the new motor for my Nova and not the $1,000 like I told her.
Well, you better hope she's not listening, man.
$14,000. No, she found out. Yeah, $14,000.
Did you see Matt's? My supervisor currently looks like he wants to fight when he looks at me because he's upset that I turn the overhead fan on in the mornings to air out the warehouse. He's just mad because he's a cold little bitch, but it's awful air quality in here.
Bobby says, my coworkers are mad at me because I won't smoke no more weed with them because they never bring any to smoke with me. So I guess you're the weed provider, Bobby.
Yeah, don't be just handing it out. They got to bring some to the party for sure. Blitz, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, who's this?
Carla.
Carla, why are you in trouble right now?
Why am I in trouble right now?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I can't say that I am in trouble.
Oh. Were you calling for the Sonic Temple tickets that we just gave away?
I was trying really hard, yeah.
Well, try again tomorrow. Make sure you listen to Ronnie at 420, okay?
Got it.
Okay, bye.
She's in trouble because she was slow.
Slow, right, absolutely. 800-821-9970 or 99-700. Why are you in trouble right now? We want to hear from you. It's 99.7 The Blitz. Very simple question this morning. Why are you in trouble right now? 800-821-9970 or 99-700. George says, I told my boss his opinion of my ear gauges is worth less to me than 3 coupons from a store that is no longer in business.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
I like that one. I'm going to have to use that one, George. Thank you.
TJ said, I'm not in trouble yet, but I'm about to buy a $2,500 pedal fishing kayak.
Uh-oh.
You're going to get in trouble.
I'm going to get in trouble.
Ooh, Patrick says, I'm in trouble because my wife just found out she's pregnant with twins.
Oh, damn. Wait. Yeah, I guess well, hold on. It depends. Because if it's identical twins, then it's her fault because the eggs split, right? And then if it's fraternal twins, it's his fault because 2 helmeted warriors got through the same egg. Am I saying that right? I don't know biology very much. I may be sounding like a total idiot right now.
I know nothing about this.
I have no clue.
But I think it's one splits and it's identical.
You're speaking with a lot of conviction, so I believe I'm going to buy it.
Rule number 1.
I buy it.
Rule number 1, act like you're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll be your OBGYN. I'm ready to go. I'm in it.
Josh says, for the first time in 14 years of marriage, I'm not in trouble, but I feel like I should be. What is that?
That's someone said, I'm in, for the first time in a long time, I'm not in trouble. And then you ask the question, why are you in trouble today? What did Doug say here?
Oh, he told this joke to his supervisor.
Oh, you got to be careful who you tell jokes to.
Yeah.
I don't want to repeat the joke because I don't know if we can say it on the air. But okay, wait. Shane says, I have twins. Yes, that's correct. Fraternal twins come from 2 separate eggs. Identically, there's 1 egg that splits. Ha ha! I know my stuff!
Hey!
Dr. Goose MD! OBGYN up in the house.
This person texted in, buy my casket now because I'm buying a C6Z06 Corvette.
Ooh, damn.
Okay. I like that. I love Kathy. Good for you, Kathy. Says, I'm in trouble because I do things like this to my husband's urn. And the urn is decorated in a whole bunch of St. Patrick's Day stuff.
Aww. And it says
love
Mr.
that.
Lucky. Aside says Mr.
I love
Lucky
that. I have told Nora, when I die, depending on how I die, I want you to commemorate it with something hysterical. Like, my example was, if I choke on a hot dog, I want you to buy one of those little mini Oscar Mayer Wienermobiles.
Yeah.
And put it right next to my urn.
Okay.
Or Or, if I catch a blaze somehow while pumping gas, put an ever-burning candle next to my urn.
Okay, I like it.
I love this idea.
You'll never be forgotten.
George texted in, and George is rocking the ear gauges, and apparently his boss made a comment about them, and he told his boss, "Your opinion is worth less to me than 3 coupons for a store that's no longer in business."
Ding!
Bing! Bing!
No, you did not. Why didn't you tell me in advance? As soon as I said the ear gauges.
Because Kelly and I looked at each other knowing exactly what you were doing.
We hoped he texted in with a new story. That's what we thought we were going to say.
I hate you guys.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
Jiva Med Spa in Grandview Heights has been barred from offering prescription drugs to clients by the Ohio Board of Pharmacy after their drug distributor license was suspended. The board says it found clear and convincing evidence of immediate and serious harm to others, that the doctor at Jiva Med Spa was buying weight loss injectables from an unlicensed seller out of state, and that seller warned the doctor against using it on humans and animals. The drugs were labeled for research only. An employee at the spa says those drugs may have been used on clients in Columbus between September and November of last year. This particular doctor has a hearing before the state pharmacy board in August. Well, no more free home COVID tests from the government. The program that offers them is no longer accepting requests. The covidtest.gov website. I've gotten, I want to say, probably at least 8 free tests from the government over the COVID years. I always apply for them, and they send them straight to your house for free.
We have a bunch at the cabinet.
I've never paid for one.
Nope.
Well, you got to check the dates, though, because they might not, they'll expire, and they won't be as accurate or accurate at all if they expire.
Yeah, I'm just going from testing with inaccurate tests to not testing ever again if I have to buy one. But anyway, the covidtest.gov website says the free at-home COVID-19 test distribution program is not currently accepting orders. But if you did order before 8 p.m. Sunday, March 9th, it will be shipped. All right, a couple of entertainment notes. You mentioned one early in the show, Thick, but Netflix has greenlit a remake of Stephen King's novel Cujo. It's not the novel. It's a remake of the movie of the Stephen King novel. There we go. Cujo. Anyway, they don't have a cast yet. They don't even have a writer yet for the remake, but they are going to remake the movie Cujo. And if you have tickets to see Billy Joel's sold-out show up in Detroit at the end of the month, the show's being postponed. Billy Joel's actually postponing his entire tour for 4 months because of an undisclosed medical condition. His Instagram says he is taking time to recover from recent surgery and to undergo physical therapy, which sounds an awful lot like a joint replacement to me. When you get up in age, you got to get a hip replaced, a knee replaced, something like that. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know exactly what's going on with him, but yeah, if you've got tickets, though, that will be postponed to some point in the future. Those are your 3 things.
Going to be a high of 70 yet again today. Sunny skies, maybe a few clouds in the afternoon, but all in all, a great Wednesday. And we actually warm up from here. 72 tomorrow, 76. They're always a couple degrees off when it comes to the weather report. We could see 80 on Friday.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, if it's 76, 77, it happens to creep a little bit warmer. That'd be pretty great, not going to lie.
I might have to go out.
Just cause?
Take a spin.
Can't you take it on the Saddle River right here?
Yeah.
I see people standing on the edge while I do my walks, throwing out the and stuff.
That's a big ski place. People ski there a lot.
That seems like that would be pretty crazy. As a wakeboarder, surfer, got a boat type of person. That thin of a river.
It's like 30 feet deep.
But width-wise,
like
you'd have to stay in your lane in each direction.
Oh,
like the roadways, basically.
They've even got a slalom course on it.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Okay,
they used to have a jump ramp. Long time.
Oh wow. Okay,
ago.
we've got a slalom course. Yeah. See. We've got a slalom course on the lake we're at. You push a button and these things come up from underneath the water.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They have it built into the lake. Yeah, so that's cool. I can't wait to see it. I'm going to have to bring the boat from Indiana over here and give it a try. All right, time for the blind top 5. This is a fun thing we do every single week. We pick a category, and I've got 5 things in those category. So we number our papers 1 through 5, and as I read them off, we place them on the list where we would want them in our top 5. However, we don't know what's coming next, so you might get boned, as Kelly put it, and you might have something at number 2 that you really think belongs at number 5.
Yeah.
So here we go, today's category. And it's funny we talk about boats because every July we throw an annual party at the lake house, and it's called Captain and Diet Fest. And it revolves around the big poker run that they do. It's a big fundraiser they do, but they do it on the lake. So you get on your boat and you visit the different lake houses.
Oh, the poker runs on the boat.
On the lake, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a blast. But people dress up, and every year we pick a theme, and they give out prizes for best, theme and boat and things like that. So this is party themes. Today's blind top 5 is party themes. So here we go. Your first party theme for your blind top 5. 80s night. Where are you putting 80s night on your blind top 5?
Okay.
Your next one is a masquerade ball. A masquerade ball. Your blind top 5, number 3, is a beach party. Where are you putting the beach party? Number 4 on the list, casino night. Party theme, it's a casino night.
Oh, no.
And finally, your last party theme, superheroes.
Son of a...
Kelly got boned again.
Big time. That's a boning of the century here.
I don't think your husband wants to hear that. That's pretty sad. All right, party themes. Blind top 5. Thick, we'll stick with you. First of all, did it turn out the way that you think it would turn out?
Pretty damn close.
Okay.
I think I'm pretty happy with it. I would probably swap 1 and 2 maybe.
Let's start at number 5. Where did you rank your party themes?
The beach.
Me
the
too.
Beach party, because I love a beach, but I love a real beach. A beach party theme, it doesn't do much for me.
Okay, so all 3 of us got the beach at number 5.
Okay.
And I put it there mainly because if there's a beach party, sometimes they've got sand there and stuff.
Yeah.
And I can't, my OCD-ish, my touch of the tism can't handle sand touching my body. Ugh.
Oh, so you don't even like the beach?
I'll walk in the sand if my feet are dry, like to our location.
Uh-huh.
But once I get in the water, you should see me trying to get back to the towel.
Really?
Oh, I can't stand those sands stuck to my feet.
The rest of the afternoon's ruined, probably.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Or even it rinses right off.
I know, but then you got to sit on the towel. You got to wait for it to dry. No.
You know what my problem is with the beach party?
What's that?
I do not like a flip-flop. I don't like a flip-flop.
Oh, I got old man toes. I do not wear flip-flops. I wear shoes on the boat.
Yeah.
I can't stand. I got my feet. That's the one thing, man.
Yeah.
I could grip a coconut with these toenails. Like, it is bad. Yeah. All right. Number 4, Thick.
Masquerade ball.
Okay.
Yeah, it's another one doesn't do a whole lot for me.
Okay.
Number 3, superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, casino. I might swap those, but I'm happy either way.
Okay. Kelly, before we get to you, I will tell you this. Thick, you and I have the exact same list.
Oh, is that right?
Literally.
Are you happy with yours?
Beach, masquerade, superheroes, 80s, casino. Yeah.
Well, I know he's happy with casino.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I love the 80s. I love a retro party.
Yeah, same here.
Superhero can be fun.
Yeah.
If there was like a 2 and a 2.A, then I might do that for superheroes and 80s. But I'm very happy with my list.
All right.
Yeah. Kelly, how'd you end
I
up?
wound up with superheroes at number 1. I would have put that at number 4. I'm happy with beach party being at number 5. I had casino night at 4. That was I misjudged that because I didn't realize you were going to bone me with superheroes. But anyway, number 3 was Masquerade Ball. I really don't like that. I would have put that at number 4. Then 80s Night I should have had at number 1. That was at number 2.
I thought sure you would have.
Well, I was kind of hoping for a 70s Night because I like that better than 80s Night. And so I don't know why I was expecting you to say 70s Night.
I'm not going to give you 2 decades
You're
in
right.
the same
You're
list.
right. I should have known. That was my mistake.
And it's never going to be what we think. It's
I
like
know.
when he did the Forrest Gump movies.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like...
You mean the Tom Hanks movies?
Tom Hanks
or Tom
movies.
Hanks. There were 2 big ones on there. He didn't even...
Right.
Like, Forrest Gump was not on there.
No,
right?
it was not.
You know, and you're expecting it, but it never happened.
Exactly. So yeah.
Well, yet again, another Wednesday, and Kelly gets boned. 99.7 The Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
All right, let's start with a WTF. What the Florida? Right there in the Panhandle, police had to handle a kind of a domestic dispute between 2 roommates. Here is the story from WJHG. Take a listen.
In Holmes County, one man is under arrest for drug possession after sending a text. According to the Holmes County Sheriff's Office, while responding to a call about trespassing, the homeowner of the residence received a text from 50-year-old Christopher Newton that he had, quote, left a baggie on the nightstand. When deputies searched the room Newton had been staying in, they found plastic baggie that tested positive for cocaine. Newton was placed under arrest and charged with possession of cocaine.
Look, I know you're kicking me out, but can I get my drugs back, please?
I left a baggie on the nightstand. Can I come get it?
We've said this a million times. For criminals, if you get away with something, move on. They always double up, and that's what screws them up.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
You were trespassed. You're not allowed to be there anymore. Oh, darn. You're out, what, $100?
Yeah, you got to let it go, man.
What's a gram going for nowadays? I mean,
I don't know.
$100? You're out $100. Move along. Forget your drugs. Don't get arrested.
Has it never changed? $100 a gram? It's what it's been for 50 years.
I don't know. Here's one for you that I can't get behind this. The thought of this is driving me, my eye is twitching. Apparently, and I air quote, manly men are now trimming their eyelashes.
What?
Because it is not manly to have long, extended eyelashes.
What?
Men are actually going to the barber and having them shave their eyelashes. Oh, God.
But just like shaving the tippy top off, right? So that they become shorter?
Yes. But they're getting them pretty short. And, of course, experts are saying, don't do that. Your eyelashes are a protective barrier.
Yes.
They keep dust and other things out of your eyes. Idiots. You may not notice it, but they collect, they save your eyes.
Right.
Like, if you ever wanted information out of me, all you have to do is threaten me with one of those eyelash curlers. Oh, God. Watching someone do that.
And, if you've ever pinched your eyelid in one of those,
God.
it's awful. It is awful. Have you heard of trichotillomania, where people pull out their eyelashes?
Yes.
It's just like a trauma response
nervous,
or something that's going on, or their eyebrows, or like pull out a bald spot in their own head. Like, hair things are weird, but I'd never get my eyelashes trimmed, but I'm not a dude. I don't understand that.
People are crazy.
Eyelashes
They're
are
nuts.
cool. They're beautiful.
I can't imagine that's your stance. This isn't manly enough. I need to trim my eyelashes. Get a grip. That is unbelievable. And finally, a story out of London. If you're a fan of comedy clubs, I hope it doesn't make it this way, because as someone who has performed stand-up comedy since college, I've never had this problem. I can't believe this is an issue. But the owner of a London comedy club has just come out because they are banning audience members with Botox injections. Take a listen to the owner.
Here we go. Welcome back. John Suze is still with us. And a UK comedy club has made headlines after the owner announced he is banning audience members who he suspects have had Botox. Mark Rothman is his name. He's the owner of the top secret comedy club. He has said that numerous performers have complained, finding it too challenging to perform to frozen faces, saying comedy thrives on connection. Saying his people might be laughing, but they can't tell.
They're just not showing it.
They're laughing on the inside.
Audience members will be submitted to an expression check at the front door.
I feel like maybe you need to focus on hiring funnier comedians.
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
I don't think that has ever been an issue whatsoever.
Botox doesn't prevent you from laughing out loud.
Right.
And that's what we're supposed to be doing at a comedy club, right?
And most people get it because they don't want the lines in their forehead or maybe around their mouth. But you can still laugh. You know what? This is going to last for a little bit until they get their first lawsuit from a person who had a stroke and can't get into the comedy club.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you've got Bell's palsy.
Yeah. So many reasons you can't have a facial I can hear those guys going, "Oh, I can't figure out why nobody's laughing at my killer jokes.
They must
can't figure it out." Yeah, it can't be that I'm not funny at all.
Right. I don't see this lasting very long or expanding outside of this one comedy club at all. That's your Not So Breaking News, 99.7 The Blitz. It's Wednesday morning, which means we have to get to your Blitz Therapy, brought to you by Tri-State Men's Health. We got an email here, and I'm going to just kick this off right now. I'm going to read the email, but I'm out. I have no idea what I would do in this situation.
Oh, no. Okay.
800-821-9970 or 99-700 if you would like to offer some advice to Mark, who wrote us this email, because this one, whoo! Hey, guys. So I've been with my fiance for 4 years. Our wedding is in November. Last October, I knew I wanted to spend the rest of my life with this woman, and I decided to propose. However, she's from Seattle, and her dad still lives out there. Due to work schedules and finances, I've only met him twice, but we've talked on the phone a whole bunch. But I decided to do things the right way, so I flew him out so I could ask his permission to marry his daughter. Great idea. While he was here, we took him out to dinner. My mother, who also happens to be single for the past 5 years after my parents' divorce, also joined us. Well, I've just been informed my father-in-law-to-be is now my stepfather. After that dinner, they got in touch with each other. They started secretly dating. She flew out to Seattle a bunch, and they eloped at the end of February. My mom is packing up her stuff and moving to Seattle. She works remotely. She can work from anywhere. What the F do I do? What? What?
What's the problem?
What do you mean, what's the problem?
Well, his voice went way up, didn't it?
You've got no problem with this.
Well, I mean...
Your father-in-law-to-be is now your stepfather? You're marrying your stepsister? You've got no problem with this.
They really put you in a West Virginia situation here.
It's not your real sister.
Now, I'm with Thick Rick. My initial response is I think it's lovely
Happy for
that
your
they
mom.
met this way, but it is kind of awkward to wrap your brain around.
Yeah,
like I'm trying to think if my mom married Charlie's dad, that would be kind of like bizarre, I guess.
But if they were so happy, wouldn't you be happy
yeah.
for?
And plus, we don't have to live with them. You don't have to live as a happy family. Just let them go live in Seattle.
It's dad. It's dad either way, right? It's stepdad. It's dad-in-law. It's dad.
Oh. 800-821-9970.
It kind of feels like, though, they... with their little secret romance, and they went and eloped, and now they've sucked all the air out of the room.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That little bit of that, too. Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, well, thanks for stealing my joy. Why couldn't you have kept that a secret for another 8 months?
Hey, you guys could honeymoon together.
Gross.
Yeah, with conjoined rooms, one on each side there. Oh, man. Dave says, nothing to do about it. Wait, John says, hey, don't be mean. I'm in the exact situation. My stepmother is my aunt.
Okay.
Wait, John, you've got to call us. 800-821-9970. My stepmother is my aunt. So your dad's sister is married. Or mom's sister is married to your
stepdad.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
man.
instead of your mom marrying your stepdad, his aunt married his stepdad.
That's unbelievable. I remember 3 or 4 years ago, I did 23andMe, and when you do those, sometimes you'll get emails that say a new relative was found because they trace the DNA, and if something pops up,
what's that like? Freaky?
It's a little weird, especially when you found out the woman that you just broke up with like 6 months ago. You get a message on 23andMe from her mom saying, "Hey, are you the Aaron that dated my daughter?" We were third cousins. Had no idea. It was connected through 23andMe. But it never met. Like when you get to that point in the family tree, it's pretty spread out. But it was still.
Ray says you now have a great story at any gathering.
Yeah, I think it's kind of sweet. And when all is said and done,
everyone's fine with this.
I tell you that I'm with you. I probably initially would feel like, are we really doing this? But then it's also like you want your parent to find happiness. You want your parent to be in love and to have a good life. And if that came through your fiance, I guess.
I guess if you're already, because Mark didn't say how old he was. I guess if you're an adult, it would be a little different than, let's say, mom marries a new guy. You become a conjoined family. You become a family unit, and let's say you're 17. And your stepsister is 16.
She moves in.
And then after college, you guys decide to...
That feels worse.
Yes, but why?
I don't know, because it's not worse. It's
the same scenario.
Yeah.
Except your parents met before you did.
Yeah, and you got to live with her before you dated her.
Hessler says this sounds like a Pornhub category.
Kind of does. A little bit.
That's great.
800-821-9970. I love if anyone has ever heard of a situation like this or been in a situation like this. You can choose to text 99700 as well. It's 997 The Blitz. Talking about this email we got from Mark, who is getting ready to get married. However, flew his now fiance's dad out from Seattle. They had dinner together with his single mom. Well, mom and dad kind of hit it off. So much so they eloped last month. So now basically Mark is going to be marrying his stepsister. I just don't know how I'd feel about this. Andy, good morning.
Good morning.
What do you think, Andy?
Well, what I think is, if the mom and dad have a kid, then congratulations, the husband and wife have a half brother or half sister.
That's true.
Oh my God.
Dude. But that would also,
I know it gets confusing.
yeah.
Doesn't it?
There's another step in half brother, but also that would be
brother-in-law, step
brother-in-law, right?
Step brother and half.
Yeah, brother.
Andy,
thank you for the call. You just made my head hurt. That's unbelievable.
Enjoy.
Have a great one. Brian, good morning. What do you think, man?
Hey, good morning. My family's totally Jerry Springer. Like, we could be on there. The 4 Army buddies that went to Vietnam together come home, and my mom's best friend adopted her other best friend's son and never said the other Army buddy was the dad until she got divorced and then married a dad.
What?
And it's like, okay, that's kind of creepy. And then my dad passed away 20 years ago, and my mom's, I guess my stepfather, he was his sergeant, and my dad drove the Jeep for him. When his wife passed away, my mom and him got married.
Wow.
They've been together 20 years. So I'm like, full Jerry Springer. Like, I have no idea. And I know all their kids. We all grew up, birthday parties, 4th of July. It's like 50
I feel like your
years
mom's the Jerry Springer one, though, or she's just like marrying the next one and the next one. Is that what's happening here?
Your family tree looks like a bowl of spaghetti.
Right.
That's what is that? That's
it is
unbelievable.
so true. Like, they all get together and we're like, yeah, we've known each other like 40, 50 years and have absolutely no idea how long.
You're all related
Right.
in some way.
Yeah.
Your mom must be hot.
Everybody just wants to stick around with who they know. That's it.
The question is, your mom single? Like,
Yeah,
it sounds like
what's happening?
No, she's been married to Tom. She's been married to Tom for 20 years now. So he was married for 25 years. She's been married for 20 years. So he's got 2 full-time wives.
Do you just call everyone dad just to be safe?
We have no idea what to call each other.
That is great. Brian, thanks for the call. Keith sent us a picture. I didn't realize this. This is pretty crazy. In 1989, Rolling Stones bassist Bill Wyman married model Mandy Smith. Now, he was 52 and she was 18 after dating for 5 years. They divorced 2 years later, but Wyman's oldest son ended up marrying Smith's mother, making Bill the father-in-law of his ex-mother-in-law and the step-grandfather of his ex-wife.
Oh, good Lord.
The step-grandfather.
That's insane.
Oh, my gosh.
Texts are rolling in. 800-821-9970. Let's see. What else we got here? Jerry. It seems like most people are kind of okay with it. Again, I think it's because they're adults. If this happened in like mid-high school and the parents got married and you ended up meeting your stepsister at like 18, 17, somewhere in there, and then you go to college or you get a little bit older and then come back married, that would be weird.
Did you ever see that documentary, like The Man with 1,000 Kids? He was a sperm donor, and they ended up having to try to find everybody because they all lived in the same town, but they didn't know they were brother and sister.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we don't need people procreating who are related. So what a weird story.
0744, my grandma and grandpa were step-siblings with a 10-year age difference.
Okay. There you go.
Here's one. My dad was such a man whore, there was always a risk I could hook up with a sister without knowing it.
Yeah, see? Man with 1,000 kids, right there.
Kara from Lancaster. My mom is from the areas of West Virginia, and she has an Uncle Daddy.
An Uncle Daddy. Oh, gosh. Okay. Yeah, somebody texted in mass confusion on Father's Day.
Yeah, that's a lot. That is so much. Well, Mark, thank you for the email. I wish you the best of luck. Most people are saying that it's, I guess, okay to go along with.
It's normal in Ohio.
And
it's not as bad as a lot of other people is what I found out.
Yeah, that is true. There are some people texting in, and it's like, okay, yeah, maybe that's a little bit worse. So, happy marriage, happy new step parents, and go about doing your thing, Mark. It's 987 The Blitz.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
A 41-year-old woman is alive after 6 days trapped in a wrecked car in northwestern Indiana. Brianna Castle was reported missing by her family, and 6 days later, she was found. She was trapped in a car that went into a deep ditch beside the road, and a man operating equipment for a drainage company found her. I guess the ditch was deep enough where you just couldn't see her car from the road. She was conscious. She had been living in her wrecked car for 6 days. She was able to speak. She was airlifted to a hospital in Chicago. No word on her condition. A crew member on the Netflix film Me Time that stars Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg. This crew member has settled a lawsuit over a near fatal fall that left him with a traumatic brain injury. This happened back in 2021. Michael Oranos was working in the studio as a grip on the movie, and he fell from the catwalk to the floor 33 feet. This man was in a coma, and this was rickety. Like, there were issues with this catwalk and this like swinging door that was being held together by a rope, etc. So he falls 33 feet to the floor. He's in a coma for 3 weeks. He has had 11 surgeries. He lost 10 years of his memory. He had to relearn how to walk and how to talk. And he racked up $5 million in medical bills. Now, that was covered by workers' comp, but he did sue the owner of the studio building. This building was built in the 50s. He said it was not properly maintained, and the owner decided to settle. They didn't say what the terms were, but yes, this is a pretty wild situation in Hollywood.
If I ever have to go through a terrible situation like that, I at least hope that I wake up with foreign accent syndrome.
Yeah, or else the ability to like play an instrument you never touched before.
Yes.
That's weird when you whack your head and then you're a genius at something.
All of a sudden, I'm just busting out Mozart.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of foreign accent syndrome?
Foreign accent syndrome. Yep.
Oh, yeah. It's where people who've gotten hit or passed out or gone into a coma have woken up with accents from like languages they never speak. Like all of a sudden you're speaking in an Australian accent.
Yeah.
But I have like heard what Kelly was talking about.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes, that's crazy, but it would make the hit worth it, I guess.
100%.
Fall in a well, your eyes go cross-eyed, you get kicked by a mule, they go back to normal.
All of a sudden I'm speaking in an Irish accent.
But what if you just woke up and had a Bronx accent?
If I get to pick. I don't want to speak like I'm from the South all of a sudden.
Yeah. Yeah. NASA's newest space telescope rocketed toward orbit yesterday to map the entire sky like never before. It's going to take a sweeping look at hundreds of millions of galaxies and their shared cosmic glow since the beginning of time. SpaceX launched the SphereX Observatory from California, putting it on course to fly over the Earth's poles. Tagging along were 4 suitcase-sized satellites to study the sun. Now, this mission aims to explain how galaxies formed and evolved over billions of years and how the universe expanded so fast in its first moments. SphereX will take 6 months to map the entire sky, and 4 full sky surveys are planned over 2 years as the telescope circles the globe from pole to pole.
I am all about this.
Yes.
I think space is fascinating.
Yeah.
I want to see all the pictures. Someone posted a picture from one of the Mars rovers and what their night sky looks like compared to ours, because we've got so much light distraction and the ozone.
We're getting ripped off here.
And it's unbelievable. But it's crazy because you can't tell any constellations or anything from Mars because there's so many stars.
Oh, it's just like a sea of stars.
Right.
It's like tons.
Because for us, we get constellations because the brightest stars obviously shine through. Here's my only question. I'm all about this. I want to see the pictures. I want to explore space. But if you're going to do a launch, we still have 2 astronauts that are stuck. Why can't you? If I was those 2 astronauts, I would be so pissed right now. Wait, you're launching 4 suitcases to take pictures of the sky, and you're not coming to get us?
Right.
This is true. Bobby texted in and said flat earthers are going to say this is fake.
Oh, for sure they are.
You know it.
Yeah, of course.
I do think they are launching the whatever it is they're sending up there with 4 new astronauts, and that's the thing that's going to bring the 2 home. They're doing that this week at some point.
They are launching up there.
They are.
Okay.
Yet still, the 4 suitcases to take pictures went up before.
4.
I'm with you. Like, I'm up there in dirty underwear for 9 months.
Yeah.
Like, you better come get me.
Like, no one at NASA said, you know what? This might not be the right time to launch some cameras into space.
The
We've got
visuals.
2 people stuck and have been stuck for 9 months.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying.
I agree with you. All right, those are your 3 things.
All right. I know all of us at some point have pulled into the parking lot at work. You get out, you look at the door, and you just go, here we go. It's another one. And it may happen more often than not for some people. And apparently now it's happening more often than not to younger people.
Oh, of course.
In fact, 1 in 4 Americans have said that they have started experiencing burnout before the age of 30.
That's it?
Before the age of 30.
Just 1 in 4?
Yes. Now, they did look at 18 to 44, and that number is obviously much higher. But before the age of 30, they're saying they're reaching their highest point of stress at an average of age of just 25 or 26. Now, they're talking about managing career advancement. You know, you've probably started your career at that point, 1 or 2 years in. You're looking to what's going to be the next advancement. At this point, you may have started a family. Young kids are in there. At this point, you may have parents at an age where you have to either start thinking about or are helping to take care of them. So I can see where the stress is coming from, but it's happening at a younger age. And now, because of some new stressors, they're saying this is adding to that age decline and people being younger, including financial concerns, because things have gotten so expensive. The cost of living pay raises aren't exactly equaling inflation and the cost of living itself. You've got politics going on that have been for the past, 8 to 10 years or so. Work-related pressures, relationships, dating is all basically done online now through apps, trying to find that mate. So
this is all self-inflicted.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
We don't control prices on anything.
No.
We can't control what jobs are paying.
But that's always been that way. Anytime inflation goes up, it affects everybody.
True, but the financial concerns weren't there because usually the rate of pay was on par. It has gotten out of hand lately.
But I just feel like the majority of the country has been living paycheck to paycheck forever.
For a long time.
Yeah.
For sure. But you used to be able to pay your bills, put money aside, get a house, things like that. And nowadays, it's just much harder to do for the younger folk. So, burnout all the way ahead. But here's the other problem. Only 11% of bosses think their employees are actually burnt out.
Well, they're delusional.
Come on. You got to know if you're a boss that there is a lot of burnout going inside your office.
I think especially if you're, it has a lot to do with what your career or job is. If you're in a rat race doing a job you don't like, you're going to get burnt out much faster than somebody who loves their job.
Oh, for sure. They say all the time, do what you love. You'll never work a day in your life.
Right.
But a lot of times doing what you love doesn't always pay the bills.
And you can't always do what you love.
I consider us extremely fortunate, obviously, for what we do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I see some people out there doing the road work and the wind or up on the roof. I can't fathom doing stuff like that. These soft, supple hands would never survive. There's no way. So to have a job that, is really high stress or very physically demanding or even mentally demanding,
mental exhaustion is real.
Absolutely.
It's just as real as physical exhaustion.
And that's where the burnout comes from. So if you're a boss, know that 9 out of your 10 employees, even though you think they love every day, probably don't. Go a little bit easier on them. I'm just saying. It's 99.7 The Blitz.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection.
Now, let's see if we can learn you something. Sit up and pay attention.
Yeah, let's make you a little bit smarter than you were when you woke up this morning. Little tidbits of information you get to take with you wherever you go. I did know this fun fact. Orson Welles' final role as a voice actor. Thick, do you know the answer?
Of course.
What
I'm
is
a
it?
huge Transformers fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who was it? You know which character it was?
I can't remember his name, but wasn't he the planet?
Yes.
What is that right? He was the planet?
Yep. Unicron.
Unicron, yes.
He was the robot planet that devoured other planets in the Transformers movie from 1984.
That's what it was.
Yep. And he's the one who made Megatron, Galvatron.
And that was like the first ever Transformers movie.
Yes, the animated animated movie in 1986.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's the song that gave us you got to fight. You got the power.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you got to find that song now while I finish this. Just Google it. It's there. Just YouTube it. Your second fun fact, the busiest day of the year for KFC.
No idea.
Mother's Day. Moms love them some Kentucky Fried Chicken, apparently. Or dads don't really know how to cook, so they just go out and get KFC for the family. The only planet in our solar system that's not named after a Roman god or goddess is Earth.
Yep.
Earth comes from an Old English word meaning eartha, which means ground. Technically, a moment, how long is that? How long would you say a moment is, Thick?
Oh my gosh. This I got to go do this for a moment?
Uh-huh. It'll take me a moment.
A minute?
Close. 90 seconds. A moment is officially 90 seconds. It debuted in the 1398 Oxford English Dictionary. It says there are 40 of them in an hour, so that's 90 seconds each. There are 40 moments in an hour. But obviously that definition has evolved now. It just means like a short amount of time. And finally, who doesn't love a good trip of Applebee's? You get your $1 margaritas that they have, or the 2 for $20 meal that you can pick up. It's fun. Every once in a while, twice a year or so, go on a date night to Applebee's and just get bombed at the bar and have the triple trio dip. Have yourself a 2 for $20. Just enjoy. Well, the first ever Applebee's opened in 1980 in Decatur, Georgia, and the original name was TJ Applebee's RX for edibles and elixirs.
What year?
You would think 1880, but no, it was 1980.
And they had edibles?
That's what they're called. Well, they're calling edibles as in food. But
I got it.
TJ Applebee's RX for edibles and elixirs. Are they? And it's capital R, small x. So are they using TJ Applebee's prescription for edibles and elixirs? It's the only thing I can think of. That's what RX stands for. So, I mean, there you go. Make sure you visit an Applebee's. Did you find it?
Is it called The Touch?
Yes.
Is that the one?
That's the one.
All right, let's bring that up.
Yeah. This is like This is 80s power ballad to its core. Oh.
You got the touch.
Yeah.
You got the power.
Stan Bush.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless, of course...
So cheesy.
So good. Unless, of course, you're a fan of the movie Boogie Nights, then this song is by Dirk Diggler.
Yeah.
Because he sings this in that movie.
That's right.
Which is what a great choice of a song to sing.
He looks like Steve Perry.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It's just like Steve Perry.
I mean, an absolute classic.
Oh, the movie's playing in the background. I'm just.
Oh, they're just using the music video or using the movie as the video.
It's great.
Where
I love
where he become where Hot Rod becomes Rodimus Prime.
Yeah, right.
You got the touch. You got the power.
If only you had long hair.
I know, and a voice that I could actually sing. But that and the guitar with a wig, I'm in. 99.7 The Blitz.